Hi guys, it's Cameron from the Mighty Blues. This is my instant match reaction. Everton 1, Manchester City 3 at Goodison Park in the Premier League. You know what? It's tough to take that one. It really, really is tough to take. Because at times in that game, we looked really, really good. It's probably the best Everton performance I've seen for a couple of weeks. There was times when we showed like we were giving fight, we were giving heart, we were playing with passion, and we were playing to want to win the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there was a couple of points in the game. I think the last 15 minutes of the game and the last 15 minutes of the first half, so the last 15 minutes of both halves, we looked a little bit sheepish, we looked a little bit scared, we didn't quite want to break forward, and I don't know whether that was we didn't want to quite break forward because, you know, we were scared of what had come back at us if we were caught on the counter-attack. Obviously, two of City's goals were on the counter-attack, and one of them was a set piece, which, you know, we come to expect as Evertonians now. But like I said, it's a tough one to take because it was actually an okay Everton performance. But one of the toughest things to take coming out of that game is that we actually had chances there. We had chances to go up 2-1 in the first half, and we had chances to come out of that game with at least something. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has an opportunity. Yerry Mina has a header where he heads it down, and if he heads it anywhere other than straight to the keeper, it goes in. Richarlison has one at the back post where he literally just has to touch it on target, but he touches it wide. Alex Iwobi had one in the first half. We had opportunities to really make Man City pay for the defensive frailties, and you know what? We done that with Seamus Coleman cutting inside, putting in a fantastic chipped shot it was, and it was going in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with what I actually think is a decent finish. That's a striker's finish. That's the type of finish you want to see Dominic Calvert-Lewin doing. Greedy, wanting as many goals as possible, and throwing his head in there. He knew it was going in. He knew Seamus Coleman had scored that goal, but he wanted it. He wanted to throw his head in there, and he wanted the goal down as him, and he got it, and that's fair enough. But there was too many other opportunities in the game where we had similar situations and we just didn't capitalise on it. Now, don't get me wrong, we knew what to expect going into this game. We knew how good Manchester City were. We knew that they were going to hit us fast. We knew that the players that they've got us, you know, simply exceptional. You only have to look at the players they brought off the bench. Sergio Aguero, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, absolutely unbelievable. It started with Jesus, Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne. But I think to put in a performance like that and have as many opportunities as we did, and, you know, come close a couple of times and not come out of the game with anything, you know, it is disappointing. And like I said, it's a tough one to take because we put in a better performance than what we've put in recent weeks. That was a much better performance than the one against Sheffield United and a much better performance than the one against Bournemouth, but we're still not clinical enough going forward. We're still not taking our opportunities. Obviously, within the first minute, Theo Walcott, who started the game, much to, you know, a lot of people's surprise and my surprise as well, was in the starting 11. Literally within the first minute, goes down with what looked like a pretty bad injury, has to get stretchered off, ends up going straight into an ambulance. So firstly, I just want to say, obviously, I wish Theo a speedy recovery, wish it's nothing too serious, and hopefully it was only precautionary. But he goes off. Alex Iwobi comes on, and I think Alex Iwobi struggled in this game. I think he struggled to keep up with the play, and I think he struggled to keep his concentration and stay awake, really. You know, we're talking about it because he lost concentration a couple of times. He wasn't quite on it. He wasn't quite to the ball. And one thing I noticed in this game is, and I've noticed it quite a couple of times over the last few weeks, is that we don't seem to win the second ball ever. Every time a ball goes in the air, we watch where it's going and we watch the opposition take it down, and then we go at them instead of, when it's in the air, running to wherever it's going to drop and intercepting it at that point. We like to watch where the ball goes, and you simply can't do that against a team like Manchester City. You can't be second to every ball because they'll capitalise on that, and they did today. And, you know, they played well. They got a couple of goals off the counter, and they got, like I said, one set piece, which again should have been defended a lot better. But for us to put in a performance similar to that one and not get anything out of the game, it is disappointing. Listen, we need to be a lot better, and we do need to be a lot more clinical, because, you know, we could come up with against 18 teams in the Premier League. If we're not putting our chances away, we won't win the games. And, you know, we had multiple chances there to put away. But, you know, I think from what we expected at the start of the game, from what we expected before the game, some fans saying that we're going to get absolutely turned over, some fans saying that it'll be an embarrassment. I don't actually think it was too bad, to be honest. It's more, like I said, disappointing because we had opportunities there, and, you know, we played really, really well in patches, but in other patches we just looked a little bit scared to go forward. And, you know, we always knew Manchester City were going to come out at us, they were going to come fast, and they were going to want to play the ball quickly along the floor and hit us on the counter. And they've done that. They're a fantastic team, and they've done that. And I think a couple of times in the game, we sort of thought about that a little bit too much, and we didn't want to break forward, and we didn't want to go full pelt because we were worried about what they'd do if they come back at us. And you know what? Their first goal went in, and then we knew we had to step the game up. We knew we had to go and play. And the last 15 minutes of the first half was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. We were giving them as good as we got. We were breaking forward. We were creating opportunities. And defensively, we were really, really good. The first 15 minutes of the second half, we were really, really strong defensively. It was just that last 15 minutes that we let ourselves down again, and we lost concentration a little bit. And they capitalised on it. exactly like we knew they would. But I don't think it's the most disheartening performance at the end of the day when you look at the Premier League. Well, we're 15th now, 7 points out of 7 games is not good enough whatsoever, but that's not a reflection on today's game or today's results or performance. That's a reflection on previous results that we've already spoken about and that we already know aren't good enough. I suppose to an extent it still wasn't good enough today because we still didn't take our chances, but it was a lot better. If you're going to take positives out of it, it was a lot better. For me, just off the starting 11, obviously, like I said, Iwobi come in, he struggled a little bit, but you know, obviously he wasn't prepared to start because he come on within the first minute. I'd take Gylfi Sigurdsson out now. I think Gylfi Sigurdsson offered nothing again today. I think we've been saying it for weeks. He's struggling and he struggled massively today. So I'd bring him out for at least a couple, 2 or 3 weeks now. Give him a rest, give him a go on the bench and let somebody else come in. And to be honest with you, I'd shake up the formation a little bit. I'd go with 2 up front. I'd put Moise up there with Dom. Obviously, Dom, you know, played okay in patches again. He was running around. He was showing that he wanted to fight for the ball. Obviously, he got the goal. I thought Morgan Schneiderlin played quite well as well, which is probably against the view of many fans. And I actually thought Seamus Coleman played well as well. I thought it was Seamus's best game of the season so far. It just didn't happen for us today, did it? But you know, when you come up against a team like that and you have lapses of concentration in defence and all of a sudden you lose that, like I said, that concentration when the ball's in the air and you're not winning the second ball, then you're gonna get punished for it. But anyway, that's my instant match reaction. Let me know your thoughts. Everton 1, Manchester City 3 at Goodison Park. Wasn't the worst performance, but again, the results are still worrying, but hopefully we can take something out of that game, whether it's a little bit of confidence, whether it's a little bit of belief in ourselves. Hopefully we can take something out of that game because we need a win against Burnley next week. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you soon.